Okay, we've got a variable problem here in Python. Variable in that it can happen at different durations. I worked out that we have a server being visited about every 250 times every hour. It crashes between 3 and 5 days, depending on the workload. And no one had any idea why. And I had a look through the code and saw MySQL Connector being used. So I've got this bit of test code to test a hypothesis. Now, it takes a count every 100th count, it outputs the total, so we see a number, we know there's progress being made. It opens a connection, performs a query, retrieves all the results, and closes both the cursor and the connection. That's the important bit. We are closing the connection each time through this loop. So let's run with Python really, run the program, and you'll see it's counting every 100th connection for us. And we just have to watch this now and see if it will go wrong for us. So all these connections are on the local host, by the way. They're loop back. Literally 2 local hosts, not 127.0.0.1. There are 2 local hosts. I don't know whether the lookup of the name makes a difference to the numbers. I've not looked. So I'd imagine that's about 3 days, 4 days there. Once we get to about 32, that'll be 5 days, say. So we're getting to the sort of age at which we'd expect this to go wrong. And there it's gone wrong. This is the problem we're seeing. So what is this telling us? Well, it tells us that the connect failed and something in network Python itself for their abstract connection died. And it doesn't say what. It's obviously the constructor for that class. It's the constructor of the connector failed. Okay, I'm not going to dig into MySQL connection. I'm just not. And also, any people out there with big eyes, that may be a bad password. It's only for this virtual machine, so I wouldn't bother trying to use it anywhere, folks. So what's this error being caused by? Well, initially, I had been told that if I did a garbage collect every 100th or every cycle, we'll do it every cycle, we could solve the problem. So let's try that now. So we import the garbage collector and we literally tell it to collect any unused variables at this time. Now, I haven't set connection to none, so whether it would collect it or not is debatable. But you'll notice this is a lot slower now. This program is running a lot slower. It's chugging through the connections. So this is why I was recommended to put the close just after this print statement. So every 100th, it would clear and collect any unused connections. But I'm not happy with that solution. I want to know that what I've just used is clear and gone. Yes, this is very inefficient. You would want to make the connection and keep it open for a long time. But if you're servicing requests, say with a RESTful server architecture, then because you're passing things over to the server, it's not running all the time. You could end up with a request requiring certain connections, and that's certainly what's going off as different users with individual connections to individual databases come up. Eventually, they go wrong. So they're connecting to the same MySQL server, but there are different database instances on each of those for different categories of product. So we're getting up to 25,000. What did we go around at before? 37,000. So another 10,000 after this. Let's see if we're getting anywhere near a crash. If we're not, that's good. We either extend the life of the program and can forbade changing the code too drastically at this time. But if we can change it from needing nightly reboots to weekly, that would be good. because every downtime counts. And if we can cure the problem completely, that would be the best solution for everybody. The solution that's in my mind to solve it for everything is a pool of connections, rather than the code that's there at the moment. But like I say, I didn't write the original code, so we'll see. We've certainly got past 37,000, we're at 41,000 now. So this is lasting longer, definitely. And it's done this consistently. But it has lasted longer consistently. So as a test case, this is good evidence, but I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced by that garbage collect just there. So 50,000. So I'll stop this when we double our value. So when we get to about 74,000, I'll stop. But it's certainly performing better. Let's have a drink. $60. So the speed, the chugging, tells me that that collect is doing something. But is it just pushing off the inevitable? That is the question. Okay. We're homing in on 70,000 now. I may have to eat my words. I am going to rerun this in a second. When we get to 74, I'm going to move the GC collect into the print statement area. First of all, to see if it speeds things up, and second of all, to see if it pushes the length of the life out any further. So that's 74. So test is successful. Okay, let's just leave that there. And let's put gc dot collect just there. And now run it again. It's running quicker again, which is good. We'd like it to be snappier. So this is where I need my special music. Okay, getting up there. So that's gone wrong again. That has gone wrong again. So was that leaving 99 connections and garbage collecting 1? Or if I move con to here, let's make it con is none, and then here con is none. Run it again, see if we benefit from the speed doing it that way. This is all just experimentation for me. I generally don't play with the garbage collector in Python. I like to write functions that are self-contained. So my major uses for Python are as web service stuff and string processing. Today I was using it to convert some old JSON data into XML for me. And I wrote it in about an hour and it works seamlessly. Long duration tools and services aren't something I actually do very often for anybody. But certainly we're getting the benefit of the speed here. So we're getting up to 32. That's gone again. And it's the same line. It's the same line of the init function. Yeah, it's the same line of network functions. It's the same problem. So that's a failure. So we'll take that back out. We'll take that back out. And this will be my test case. I will link below to a blog post all about this. Garbage collect your connections. And I'm going to leave this on a very long SOAP test and see what goes off. If it does crash, I'll let you know. But other than that, garbage collect your SQL connector connections through Python. I hope this has been of use. See you again soon.